Good evening. How's it going? Let's make that 0. So if it's an edge, make it that, otherwise don't. You can take out all of this stuff. We don't need that now, probably. I might keep it, or let's push this into a separate view object. What else is going on? That's part of this stuff. We'll probably take this out for now. We'll keep the movement things. You can go away. Poof. Because that should be the rest action. We don't have sleep events or anything else anymore, so that's fine. And then this should really be like a separate thing, but map height, map width, those can go away. This is just X and Y now. And then we're not currently planning to do this. So we can take those out. Yep. So if it's the floor, then we actually want it to be, we'll use this to start with. I'll need to pick a little palette. Am I using 5x6, 5x7, or 3x6, 3x6, so that should be 4 and 7, probably. Otherwise, this one I think walls looked pretty good as a hash. Hello. And I guess for now we'll make that like a number, because then that could be like the number of the spot. And I guess we could reinforce that with a color, but it's not that important if we do or don't. So I need to get up with a proper palette for that stuff. We don't have plants anymore, so that goes away. Seven and 4. And then this is all UI stuff that I want to get rid of, I think. To push into UI. Oh, many bugs. That's fine. Yeah. Oh, I forgot a comma. That's fine. Like this and go. And then 20, I did the same thing. And I think I just did it across all of these, so great. That's fine though. And then I'm closing this all a bit too early, it looks like. So you're here, you go to... Ah. There. And then I've not got the rest action yet. But I think it might be in my extras. Extra actions for rest action. If so, that should be fine. Yes, that's a thing. This is looking for a class that doesn't actually exist in the extras project, which is a bit awkward. So what I might do is just no, I should probably actually just fix this. although I don't provide actual entities to work with, so maybe we just need to change what counts as a collectible. I don't think this quite works, but maybe that will do it. Oh, that's what I get for cloning stuff in a lazy way. There we go. Oh, that didn't work. Strange. Ah. Oh, what? Why am I using this in multiple places? Okay, no more references. Okay. Aha, okay. Yep, that's fine. I forgot to bring these down. Ah, there we go. The spacing is a bit off and stuff, but it's something. Hello there. Yeah, it is 3 by 6, so I would expect it to be 4 by 7. And I'm not using the X offset for anything. Yeah, that's fine. So let's just make that a little wider, just to be sure. That gives it a bit more width. Thank you. Hello. Good to see you. I think I made it too tall. Let's bring it back. It could just be that this font has the... Yeah, okay, so the full stop for this font is just a bit too far to the left, so maybe I just need to bring that over and it'll look good again. That looks a bit better. So now I just need to adjust the screen size accordingly. So what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I haven't got a good way of counting that. I just need to sort of play with it until it works, I suppose. Tile width, we're saying it's 5 by 80. It's 400, so config. So that should be 80 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's about right. So that would mimic an old school terminal, and it's just whether or not I like that sort of size. That's the question. It's a bit of a weird resolution, but it's a pretty sizable space, I suppose. That's the other thing to figure out, is if it's a good space to work within to build terrain. I suppose I'm not going to necessarily use it all for the game map, because you want a sidebar and stuff, so that kind of helps restrict things a bit. I think we'll maybe just increase the height slightly to compensate. Although, so what have we got? It's 25 by whatever I set the thing to be, 7. Which is 175, which is why my 180 works, because I'm a little over, so that's fine. Okay. What did I do? 'Cause that's weird. Did I just... Yeah, I just forgot to do that, okay. I suppose the other question is if I actually like this font enough to keep it. Entity is so that's the @ sign, which is the traditional roguelike thing. I'd say that looks pretty good. I'm not completely sold on it. But that could just be because I'm used to the inbuilt font that I use, so we are just playing around with it. Tricky. I'll try and keep it for now, and I'll just sort of look past it. It's not the end of the world. It's only a font. It'd be good to figure out a better solution for logging this year though. I didn't have a good log window last year, and I think that that's actually really important. I also just need to figure out, why is this running off the edge of the screen? Is the font offset a bit weird, maybe? I mean, that's possible. It might, because it's a true type font, it's not a pixel font exactly. I might need to just adjust it slightly. What's the best way to do that? Well, I suppose we have a Y offset. And our X offset. I think that the X offset can actually be 0, but oh, that needs to be Y. Oops. I could probably collapse some of this stuff down actually into a little helper just to make putting characters on screen easier. That might not be a bad idea, because that way I'm not repeating myself quite this much. Yeah, that looks better, because now we're not overflowing the top of the screen. We probably should give the little bit of spacing though. But then that drastically changes the width that we can display, because now that would make the tiles 6 wide, which would be 480. Big numbers. All right, and then I did that last bit, which is to, come on brain, and it's been a long day, but you can do it. There. Right, so that's that. And I'd be tempted. Well, yeah, I've got different options, because like, problem is I don't like, what's the aspect ratio I've got here? It's pretty extreme. Was that seriously what sort of thing we've got? Like, I really want to capture that terminal feel, but at the same time, you can't be entirely chained to it, I suppose. So, well, that didn't quite work at all. Okay. So that's something a bit squarer. Broke has fairly large levels, if I remember correctly. I might just double the size a bit and see what happens. And then 480 to 320, that sounds like a more reasonable aspect ratio as well, so I'm not unhappy about that. It's pretty big though. Yeah, that's better. We've got tile height of 7. That's not quite right then, so if you went from 180 to 320 divided by 7, you'd have 45. Give or take. That's better. Definitely a nicer play area to work with. And then let's do a palette. Like that. Well, I suppose that actually what you do is import the use the display foreground and background as the default palette access bits, and then start adding custom stuff afterwards. So probably 6 and for now, and see how we go from there. And for brevity, I actually would do it as pal equal palette. And then vim. Because then what I can do is go into here and import palette. And then this can be pal 3. Well, actually pal 2. Oh yeah, I need to actually pull the colour in, but that's fine. There we go. And now the floor doesn't stick out so much. Oh. A 320 by 200 might be a good compromise between the two. Well, 320 and 200. That's actually quite close to what we started with, so then I guess you double it, maybe? Although this is not too bad. Oh, we're at HVGA. Okay. Aw, we're at like PDA resolutions. That's cute. Anyway, I think that's pretty good. So that gets us a screen space. I might tweak the size of the area so that we can use a sidebar, or maybe a top bar, I'm not sure. Maybe a bit of both. Get my log window in there. That's probably like a tabbed thing. So we like press this button to see the log or something. I don't know if it's something you'd want to have. I suppose that you could have like a single line of the log visible or a couple of lines and then open up a larger one later. So that's fine. And I've got my color palette stuff in there, so that's okay. I have to be really careful with working on things because I'm not actually allowed to start working on this until the jam begins. And that's not till Saturday morning for me. But I'm allowed to do preparation work and all of this stuff is open source, so anyone can use it and so that's fine. I just can't work on mechanics and stuff. So I'm just setting up the general project structure. It would be good to actually pull the rendering for the world stuff out. Yeah, it's a tricky one, but it's good to do, and I enjoy working on the engine stuff anyway, so it's no problem. It's just I'm like raring to go. I could do the game, but I'm not allowed to do the game, so we're not going to do it. That's good. That's the other thing. This is actually a pretty solid foundation. I've built a number of stuff with this, so I'm not too worried. It's just I want to have my ducks in a row. I've got my getting a bit more. Yeah, I'm definitely fairly eager. I really like this jam, so I like it to go well if I can. And it's one of the sort of jams that you can actually prepare for quite early. A lot of jams obviously give you the theme or the concept and you kind of just go. But you get a lot of time to prepare for this one, so. Although you don't have to, you can sort of come into it and just start and produce something, but you don't have to, and that's quite cool. It's also one of the first jams where I actually wrote like a whole sort of design document. It's a bit bare bones right now, but I'm working on it. When I did that last year, it worked out really well for me, so. Okay, so I want to do, hello there. This is also just good practice. I have built a lot of stuff with this code base, but I've not touched it properly for about half a year. I did something very small with it a couple of weeks ago, but I'm definitely not using all of the features, and there's a lot in here that I can pull on. So it's just reacquainting myself with my tools again. Core, and I've got stuff in the, heck did I call it? Scene. Okay. have the view. Scene play, and we'll put so world renderer, it is a view, we do the construct. Like that. Update, draw. So, core scene, do these come with any? Oh, it does, okay, so I need to give it, so that's parent. And probably, I don't know, could give it context. Then we basically hoist out all of this stuff into here. This becomes the context. Context here as well. And then we can just start doing a bunch of imports. So we need that one. I don't think we need that one actually, that's pretty good. Those two. That one. I don't think I need that animation thing. I don't know if I need that bit either. So that looks to be it. And I don't think there's any graphic stuff around this that needs to be in the update. So that's nice. So then we can just test it real quick by going import scene renderer. I've probably moved that for world renderer, and then go add view child world renderer dot new this, and then world.active. So that means this actually has to come at the end because we need a world to put in it, like that. Alright, and then that should mean that I can hoist this stuff out of here now, like that. This stuff also goes in here for now. How much broke? Could not find. Oh, it's because I didn't name it correctly, that's fine. It needs the palette, yes it does. Oh, there we go. Lovely. That's a separation that is not as useful straight away, but it's nice to have that transformation done in advance rather than trying to do it afterwards, which is what I've been doing for previous games. And it's a much more tangled experience at that point. Oh, it needs a... I think that it's got Vim core scene. Yeah, they need a process thing in there as well, don't they? And then I can start doing stuff in there when I need to. At the moment, this is a very, I suppose you'd call it literal version of this engine. It's basically just representing the current state. But the moment that you start wanting to do any animation stuff, you need to have like the separation between the game model and the visual. So that's what this needs to be here for. And I'm not sure if I'll get to doing proper animated stuff this time around. I was a lot more heavy with it last year. But it's a different aesthetic, so maybe not. Anyway, I spotted something else real quick while I was here, which is that we are actually not making a turn-based game yet. You can't tell because there's only one entity in the world, but it's an easy fix. Easy. And we could test it real quick. With oops. Yeah, that's gonna not quite work. I don't know, this might break it. I've not tried it with multiple player characters. Yeah, that's tricky actually. So, if world.active. current. I can't remember if that's correct. Cool. Cool. Is there not a way to get the current? That's a surprising thing. Dot strategy dot current actor. I guess we just make a snack entity instead. Yeah, this thing isn't built for multiple player entities, which is something I will be fixing during the jam, because my game concept involves having 2 playable characters simultaneously, so. There's some interesting shenanigans going on here. Hello. Yeah, things are doing pretty well today. How about yourself? There's something a little bit weird going on there. Oh, good. Glad to hear it. Indeed, happy March to you too. March kind of snuck up on me this year. I guess we're officially out of winter, at least here we are, which has been nice. I suppose it depends on which hemisphere you're in. I'm in the northern hemisphere, so yeah. Oh, turn-based. And I think I actually want the energy strategy, not the turn-based strategy. Fair enough. Stay safe with all that snow. So we get the action. Get the action, allow the retry. Structurally, those look the same. Oh yeah, how so? Actually don't really care for this thing. We do that. Turn-based, that should actually be energy. Yeah, I know what that's like sometimes. Oh. Nope, that's just balked it. Is that just because they're not actually providing an energy value? I think that's probably it. I'd have to go double check how that works in other projects. Right, this returns a speed, which is based on that, rather than the core entity speed, which is just a 1, which is not very helpful. So Vim. I am, yes. What gives it away? I know what gives it away, but it's still funny. Interesting. Oh, I suppose, yeah, things would be a little bit taller, wouldn't they? Okay, so interestingly, that's not working there either. So I have like that bit going on. I suppose it's basically the same. Yeah, so that bit's okay. Yeah, that bit's fine. Yeah, now I'm very confused. Oh. Okay. It still doesn't quite work. So we're clearly not quite doing the right thing. Oh, I know. It's this. Yeah, that's not quite right either. But that's a more simple thing to fix. I basically just need to borrow these things. Not there. That one. I probably need to make this part of the core engine piece. I've already got that here. It's this bit that's critical. So now, oh, yeah, that's fine. What's it going to complain about? Action is V. Yeah. There we go. That's what I wanted. So basically I wasn't, I was giving this thing an action and then not clearing it, so it would just repeat that action forever, which is not ideal. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. That's wonderful. I'm getting like really close to some of the Twitch goals for followers, so I really appreciate that. I don't know if this is still required. I might be able to take this out though. We'll leave it in for now. Okay. So then, now that I'm sure that one thing is actually doing its thing. We can try and put this in and see what happens. Yeah, we go. So now it should be taking like null turns. So just do nothing and then lets me go again. Which is good. And of course it has no collision, so I can just walk straight over it. But that's still pretty good. I'm happy with that. Let me just pin this point. Okay. Oh, what did I change in core? Oh, I did stuff in here real quick, didn't I? Just bring that up to the latest. Setting up simple energy game loop. Yeah. Yeah, Ren is nice. It's a very small scripting language. And it's good for embedding in a bunch of different projects, so I thought I would put it in my own game engine. Okay. So then what I can do is basically have this as x is 0, y is 0, I guess we could do that. I like it as a language. It's very expressive, and it comes with classes built in, which is a thing that I'm always happy about. So, yeah, I think it's very good. It's a bit niche, but this should shunt everything down slightly, yeah. Because that means I can move this around the screen, put a little status bar up here or something. And I think that's probably a decent thing to have available. Probably, well, what's the tile height? Tile height is 7. I should probably pull some of that stuff up into the config, and then it's easier to change. I'll do that in a moment. So because then I could have another component that is I'll probably make a separate folder for these in a moment. Status bar.ren. Well, thank you so much for coming by. Hopefully you come by future streams. Good luck with your homework. Thank you again for the follow. Oh, weird. And then from here, we can do like 4x and 0 to whatever I said the width was. 480 over 7 dot floor. Net width. And then we just put this in here. There, 14. And like that. And the tile width is 6 actually, 6. Like that. Play scenes, renderer. And then this is status bar. And that's all we get for that one. Oh. Yeah. I'm not using the X and Y, so we'll take those out. There we go. And then I get like a little status bar thing up at the top that is separate from the rest of the game view. Okay, so we'll pull some of that config stuff. As map things. Tile width is 6. Tile height was 7. Overall width is whatever. I think 80. Height is like 45, but that's going to change. And then I can go config. width. Map tile height. And then the same thing for this, config. I could have probably made this a bit easier on myself, but don't worry about it, it's fine. Like that. And then back up here, we take this stuff, and this goes here, and then we're good. Nice. Nothing seems to have immediately broken from that. So then I can go into the config, make that 42, and I should be able to see the bottom. Interestingly not. Oh, that's because the generator is not using this yet. Okay, so that's fine. Scenes, play. So I need to take these two and put them here. And then everything's using the same data in one place, and there we go. Oh, I might leave that gap at the bottom as well, because then I can put something there. Have top and bottom status things, which is important, I think. And then I might throw a sidebar in, but we'll see. I imagine that is all I'll really get done for today, though. This has been coming along quite well, quite a productive stream, I think. Did more coding than design, but sometimes that's necessary. Yeah. Doesn't look like much right now, but humble beginnings. Humble beginnings. Setting up stuff to use map config for map sizes. Cool. Maybe I'll just wind down a little bit with the design stuff, because I'm taking the same approach that I took last year, where I tried to break up the project into little slices where I could say, like, at this point, if I get this stuff done, it's a complete game. Even if it's not the entire vision, this is a complete thing that can be played and is fun, hopefully. So I started to do that again for this run, or this jam, I suppose. Even just to demonstrate the concepts and everything. But my brain is actually starting to fuzz out, so I think that I'm going to stop here. Thank you everybody who came by the stream. It was lovely. I will probably try and do this again tomorrow, we'll see. So, yeah, until then, have a lovely evening doing whatever you do. Goodbye.